911, do you have an emergency?
Today on Rescue 911, terror on the highway when a 2.5-year-old girl is missing.
Allison, answer me!
She's discovered clinging to the back of her father's truck.
I can't get the guy stopped.
At 70 miles per hour.
The child couldn't hold on. How could she?
Plus,
one of the great pleasures of parenthood is watching a child grow and develop. But the innocence and curiosity of children often make them particularly vulnerable. I'm William Shatner. Tonight, true stories of men and women who choose to make a difference on Rescue 911. We begin on the afternoon of March 28, 1993, in Wauconda, Illinois. Michael Horry was going to work that Sunday, leaving his wife Pam and their 2 young children behind at home.
Kind of chilly outside.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get going.
Okay, you gonna leave now?
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
Let's see. Okay, bud. I'll see you later. Bye.
I work in Chicago. It's approximately 48 miles.
See you later, sweetheart.
Allison had been saying for the whole week that she wanted to come to work with me. I told her no for the 900th time, and I left to go to Chicago.
Hello? Oh, hi, Kevin.
It was
Yeah, he is.
a coworker of Mike's. And I said, you know, he's just about ready to pull out of the driveway. But I'll run out and tell him that you called. And I'll let him know that you're waiting for him.
Hey, Mike, Kevin called and told me you're on your way down. Okay? So I'll see you when you get back.
Okay.
When I walked back into the house, Ross was alone with the puppy.
Ross, where's Allison? Where? Allison, are you back here? Allison, where are you?
It was not like Allison not to answer me.
Allison, where are you?
And I was hoping when I walked out the door, she's going to be there.
Allison!
And she wasn't. And then it started, the scary feeling.
Allison! Answer me!
There's a forest preserve next to our home, and then there's a highway not too far. And I know how fast a child her age can be. But my biggest fear was that someone had taken her.
Allison!
When we continue,
I was so frightened. We were going at 50 miles an hour. This cannot go on.
Sent money back home to Mexico through XX Express and never got there. You won't believe what they told me.
We put the cash in one of our planes, but there were some weight balance issues. Yeah, so your money should get there at some point if the pilot doesn't, get distracted.
Money problems are always full of drama. Sending money shouldn't be. That's why Western Union has guaranteed money in minutes service. For every story, Western Union.
as Pam searched for her missing 2.5-year-old daughter, Peg Ransom was heading east on nearby Route 176.
Just coming out of town, I began to see a square-shaped truck. Then I noticed there was something right in the middle of the truck that I knew I couldn't be seeing. The truck disappeared for a while, but as I came back up, there was this little tiny girl standing on the bumper. I was so frightened. We were going at 50 miles an hour. This cannot go on. I speeded up and I began doing anything I could to get the attention of this driver. But the driver did not stop.
It was a real nice afternoon. I had the windows down, so I could hear nothing except the wind blowing through the cab of the truck. I noticed there was a car behind me, swerving across the double yellow lines. The only thing I thought that possibly the person had been drinking or was trying to pass me. Well, on that road, you can't pass. And there's really nowhere on this road to pull over because the shoulder's too small. So I just sped up to get out of the person's way.
Nothing I was doing was working. And our speeds went to 60, 65, 70. After we had traveled several miles, up ahead, I saw a traffic light. And he rounded the corner. It was a country road. Where was he going? How long was it going to take for him to get there? How in the world could she have the sense to hold on where every instinct would say, get me out of here, get me away from this?
Allison! Allison!
I was thinking, my God, she's gone and I'll never see her again.
I can't find Allison.
I felt like I was just sinking into a hole.
I knew that if I pulled back, that my chance of getting the driver's attention would be nil. But if she fell, she'd be in my path. The child couldn't hold on. How could she? I did everything I knew to help, but it wasn't helping.
Dick McGill, an off-duty firefighter, was driving in the opposite direction when he spotted Peg waving at the truck in front of her.
I couldn't believe it was for real at first. I thought I was seeing things. If she would have fallen off at the speed we were going, I didn't see how she could survive the fall. I could do CPR, but I think the damage would have been far beyond that.
Stop! I looked in my rearview mirror, and there was a man who was giving me a high sign, and I knew then that I wasn't alone.
Wakanda Police Dispatcher Pamela Human took Dick's call.
I'm following a moving van with a little kid hanging on the back, and I can't get the guy stopped.
I was totally scared for her, and I froze when I got the call.
I knew there was an intersection coming up. I knew I had a stoplight there. I knew that was my only spot that I could get around him and that I could get him stopped.
Good afternoon, Wakanda Police. Yes, hi. This is Pam Horry. My daughter got away. She's 2.5 years old. I can't find her. I need help. Where do you live? 219 Drive. She was barely out of my sight and she's gone.
We reported a missing 2.5-year-old female subject.
We're always told never assume anything, so I did not assume that it was the same little girl on the back of the truck.
As the light turned red, the driver behind me swerved around and pulled up beside the truck.
You've got a kid on your back bumper.
She's got a light blue jacket on, blonde shoulder-length hair.
What kind of a jacket?
Light blue and pink.
What's her name?
Allison. Oh, God, please help me.
Okay, I got 2 officers en route.
She was in my house. I walked outside to say goodbye to my husband, and she's gone. Oh, please help me. Oh,
They're
God,
en route.
please.
Okay.
This is hysterical.
When I saw it was my daughter, everything just like you went underwater. I couldn't hear anything.
I thought of all of the what-ifs. What if there had been a lot of other road traffic? What if she hadn't held on to whatever it was she was holding on to?
Thank you. Welcome. I figured there'd be some tears both ways because the little girl was crying. I know if I'd have sat with him, I probably would have cried with him, but I figured everything was fine, so I just left him be.
She's wearing a light blue and pink jacket. She's blonde-haired, and she's wearing light blue jeans with flowers on them.
That's the guy I stopped.
husband has her. Oh, my God. She got in the back of the truck. She got in the back of the truck? That's what I just thought of when I was...
Okay, so they should be home soon, Pam.
Well, how did you find that out?
One of the firemen was following your husband with the little girl on the back, and he advised me, and I called county, and
She was on the back of the truck on the outside of it?
Yeah.
And then it hit me, the shock and reality. I thought, my God, you know, this is a miracle. It is an absolute miracle that a child of her size could hold on.
Thank you for keeping me on the phone.
No problem, Pam.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The way it turned out at the end was fantastic. No one had gotten hurt, and she was safe and sound.
Allison's parents are still recovering from what happened that day.
It's just taught us kids are really unpredictable. And just when you think they're at your feet, they might not be. And where they might be is somewhere you would never, ever, ever imagine.
She's very special. Very special. You could call her Daddy's little girl, I guess. I'll always be eternally grateful for them, Dick McGill and Peg Ramson. There's no way I could ever repay either one of them back.
I'm not going on that truck. Never again. I go get hurt.
I am so thankful and so relieved that this had the type of ending it did, because it could have been so tragic. And I look at her every day, and I hold her at night when she goes to bed, and I just say, I love you a lot.
Next, step inside the command center where the calls for help are answered and meet the real-life heroes who save lives. Stay tuned for another episode of Rescue 911, next on Discovery Health Channel. Real life, medicine, miracles.